We all have family and friends that are close to us. Some of us have friends that we consider family because they're close with us, they're always at gatherings, they're always there with our family. My family has a friend like that, and my friend impacted my life. On February 26, 2011, 6 pounds, 8 ounces, Tara Melissa Theodore was born, friend of the family's daughter. She was born with a different set of issues than your average child. She was forced to conquer different challenges. As a child, she's going to have to learn to read, write, tie her shoes, all while in between hundreds of doctor's appointments and hundreds of therapy sessions. A few days after Tara was born, it was determined that she had Down syndrome. So it forced me to explore the topic more deeply, and today I would like to inform you about what Down syndrome is, how it affects families and people around families, and organizations that are out there to help people with Down syndrome. First, let's take a closer look into what Down syndrome actually is. Down syndrome affects many people in society and ranges in severity from mild to more extreme cases, but all of them bring certain health issues along with it. According to the National Association of Down Syndrome is defined as a genetic condition that causes physical and mental delay. What it is you have 47 chromosomes rather than the average 46, and that is because the 21st chromosome has 3 copies instead of 2. Down syndrome is the most ample syndrome out there. There's 1 in every 691 live births. Numerous different health risks are involved with Down syndrome. According to National Down Syndrome Society, health risks include congenital heart defects, respiratory and hearing defects, and childhood leukemia is also a possibility. Children with Down syndrome also have personal traits that are noticeable. They have a small stature, they have upward slanted eyes, and they have a single deep crease in the palm of their hand. With modern advancements in technology these days, the average lifespan of a person with Down syndrome has been increased to 60 years. Now that you know a little more about the syndrome, we'll now take a closer look at how it affects families and the aspects of people's lives. Down syndrome affects families in numerous different ways. It forces them to be more responsible, and it also forces friends of the person with Down syndrome to be more responsible and make changes in their lives. Parents must devote more time to their children. They must work with them more because they have a stronger goal to reach. According to Brighter Tomorrow, early intervention is a key point to reach full potential for children with Down syndrome. Early intervention simply means that as a young age, maybe 2-3 months, the child needs to start working with a therapist so that they will be able to get their motor skills. Tara, for instance, one of her things that she conquered early on was rolling over, which may not seem like a big deal, but children with Down syndrome have soft muscles, so it's tough for them to use their motor skills. Families also must change their lifestyle to accommodate doctor's appointments and other therapy sessions. They must pick up skills such as scheduling, so they're able to make it to all the doctor's appointments at the right time and get to all the therapy sessions. And also, families must pay for different expenses than for your average child without Down syndrome. They must make modifications to the house if necessary. They're going to have more medical bills they have to pay for, and special education is always necessary because people with Down syndrome require more technical and personal education rather than your typical public schooling. Families also must endure emotional and physical hardships. They must accept highs and lows, and they must know that tomorrow is always a new day. Because their child will not progress at the same level as your average child, they will always be heavily dependent on their family, and there are always medical scares that might come up, the short life expectancy, and there always is a possibility that immediate medical attention or an immediate medical threat may be possible at any time. And though the family is a key part of a child with Down syndrome's life, there's also other foundations that are out there that are helping children, raising money, and looking for research to try and find a cure for it. The Down Syndrome Research and Treatment Foundation is dedicated to improving cognition within all people with Down syndrome. They're also dedicated to finding treatments to improve speech, memory, and essentially a way to be independent. They're trying to find ways for the children when they grow up to live their own lives and not be so heavily dependent on their family. And they also are looking into special medical research that will allow them to simply cure the syndrome one day. There are also foundations that are raising money through walkathons and other fundraising events. A local one by me, which Tara's family walks for, is Gigi's Playhouse, and their goal is to work to raise positive awareness for the disease, or the syndrome I should say. And they also strive to have the children embraced by the family and empowered by society. I personally have seen how these foundations will bring families together through walkathons, and it allows them to meet with other families that are going through the same situations, and they're able to talk with one another, and it also brings the children together, and they're able to see other children with their same syndrome. So to recap what we've learned today, we've learned what Down syndrome is, we've learned how it affects families, and we've learned organizations and fundraisers that are out there trying to help people with Down syndrome and improve their lives.